Centel Smith here, and we're talking about call numbers. We're up to Chapter 4 in the commentary series, which is entitled Shelf Reassignments. This chapter focuses a bit more on the pages. In the first 3 books, Robin will have a subplot which involves him helping one of the pages through a serious situation. In Book 1, Tanya Brown gets caught up in a bullying situation when one of her classmates comes for her, getting caught up in a love triangle. We then switch it up to find Lakeisha showing strong feelings for Robin as she performs a song in music class. The manuscript originally had song lyrics for any music that was referenced, but I had learned that reproducing lyrics in novels is a serious copyright issue, so I had to remove them. We shift back gears to the library at the start of one of the major plot lines, which involves the rift between Sonyai and Augustus, his secret initiative over media checkouts. This is a great subplot I came up with because the library is always monitoring their circulation statistics. Now, the actions of Augustus Chavez no way reflect what New York librarians do in real life. I would never paint these hard-working professionals in a bad light. But for the sake of storytelling, we have our characters walk a gray line of ethics. Augustus isn't the only person doing questionable behavior. On the other side, Sonyai is setting up her plan in motion to get Robin to leave 58th Street so Janelle can fill her rightfully promised position. The first step is a hazing ritual. This was something I actually went through in real life when I arrived at 58th Street. Like Robin, I was kinda cocky and arrogant, thinking I was God's gift to the library, and I really needed to be cut down a notch. So, in those tight spots when it was almost closing time and everyone's trying to leave, I would have a long line of patrons, and the other clerk working with me wouldn't actually help. Anyone who's worked in retail could definitely relate to this scenario. It's like when you're working in the supermarket, CVS or Walmart, and there's only one long line with 2 cashiers, but only one cashier is actually working. Isn't that annoying? So I was brought back down to earth and learned to value my coworkers eating a slice of humble pie. The incident didn't leave me having a fist fight after work though. That was all made up. Tommy and Robin's fight was the very first roadblock I had when coming across writing my manuscript. In the TV script, it just said, Tommy and Robin fight. That's it. Writing the details in a novel was a bit of a learning experience. The chapter shifts to more information on Janelle's situation, having finished high school a whole term early. She's confronted by school officials about her pregnancy. I got some flack in early reviews on how the situation was handled, some saying it wasn't realistic. In my research, I spoke to several different school teachers I knew and showed them copies of the manuscript, asking their advice, and they all gave me the thumbs up, saying that a principal would handle things in a manner similar to this. Some also didn't like that Sonyai was the intermediary when it came to Janelle's care, saying that it was unbelievable a stranger would do all these things on her behalf, and the parents will actually allow it. When it came to these critiques, all I could say is that it's fiction. It's all for the sake of storytelling. There's no need to really microanalyze everything, just go with it. The final section of the chapter has the pages bickering over their assigned duties for certain sections within the library. As a former page myself, I could definitely say all that is completely real. When it comes to putting books back on the shelves, certain subjects are preferred more than others. It's all about volume. Certain mysteries are a vast collection to take care of. certain nonfiction call numbers are harder to maintain, so doing a rotation, you get used to doing your own favorite section. My favorite books at the time were the computer books, which were in the beginning of the collection with the call number 000, also known as 000, or what we also nicknamed the O-hundreds. 0 and 2 zeros, so 100, 200. In the beginning there was actually a O-hundred. Page shelf assignments would change every 4 months, so you could memorize all of them. To this day, I still know 636 is for pets, 641 is for nutrition, 790s are books about movies and TV shows, and that Shakespeare has his own call number, 822. This was 25 years ago, so they might be a little different these days. But once you memorize those numbers, they stay with you. As the girls argue, Robin approaches to offer his assistance and make friends, since they're closer to his age than the clerks. The girls reject him at first, but then Robin changes their mind with a speech revealing how he was treated in the past at Fort Washington. I'd like to read that passage since it was a favorite part of the chapter for me to write. Alex, Tanya, and Lakeisha gathered in an isolated corner among the shelves on the library floor. The trio decided to make another attempt without Janelle present, hoping they could come to an agreement. Lakeisha gave a sheepish look towards Tanya, then turned to Alex. Alex, look, I was thinking, I don't want the O-hundreds if it's going to be that much of an issue. Why'd it change your heart, Lily? Asked Alex with a confused look. Who cares? Tanya interrupted. Lily gets the 400s through 600s, and I get the O-hundreds. Problem solved. Whoa, I'm not doing the 700s through 900s. There's no way. Lakeisha sucked her teeth. Oh, come on. Yeah, what gives? Tanya added. Alex cringed. Hey, I don't have to explain anything. The girls got agitated once again when a new voice entered the conversation. The things I miss as a page. All heads turned to Robin. All heads turned as Robin walked towards the group. Lakeisha smiled nervously for a moment before she noticed Tanya glancing at her with a smirk. Alex stared coldly at the new arrival. Or don't, miss, he said with a smile. This is none of your concern, Walker, Alex began. We can handle our own problems. Robin ignored the page's tone. I couldn't help overhearing. For someone trying to be discreet, you three talk very loudly. This is a library after all, he added with a chuckle. He took a moment to read each of their faces. Alex was cold as ice, while Tanya was nonchalant. He couldn't help noticing Lakeisha was unable to hold a glance at him. This is a predicament I had to go through myself, so I figured I'd offer my help. Oh, and please, call me Robin. Using my last name is expected from the clerks and librarians, but pages were left to their own devices. Were they even aware of the POC, he wondered? Sorry, Walker, we don't need your help, Alex said. Yeah, no offense, cuz, but we don't know you from a can of paint, Tanya added. Robin looked at Lakeisha for her 2 cents, but she remained silent. Robin's smile disappeared. Their reactions truly hurt him, but he was persistent. I'm giving you a chance to get to know me now, he pleaded. The girls thought about his offer as he continued. When I was a page back at Fort Washington, we saw the clerks as bullies. They would push us around and pick on us like we were in high school because they could get away with it. The speech seemed to hit the mark. The speech seemed to hit the mark with the girls. I don't want y'all to see me like that, like one of them. He backed away and lowered his eyes with a defeated sigh. But I guess if you want nothing to do with me, he said over his shoulder while turning away, I'll understand. The girls exchanged looks as he took a few steps. Sympathy got the best of them as Lakeisha reached out and called Robin back. We're having problems agreeing on new shelf assignments, Alex said before Lakeisha could say anything. Any insight you could give us, we'll appreciate. Robin's face brightened as he celebrated his small victory. He turned and approached the young ladies as they explained with further details of their predicament. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and follow me on the social medias. Keep watching for more videos. Peace is the mission.